मैं सर्वप्रथम अपने परम आराध्यतम गुरुदेव नित्य लीला प्रविष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद् भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज जी के चरणों में अनंत कोटि दंडवत अर्पित करता हूँ। तत्पश्चात उपस्थित वैष्णव वैष्णव के चरणों में मेरा यथायथ दंडवत प्रणाम। हम लोग भागवत गीता का अनुशीलन कर रहे हैं। गुरुदेव जी ने लिखी है, उनके चरणों में दंडवत प्रणाम करें। श्री विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्तीपाद जी के चरणों में और श्री भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर जी के चरणों में अपना प्रणाम दंडवत साष्टांग दंडवत दें। हम संपूर्ण रूप से समर्पण। दंडवत का मतलब क्या होता है? डंडे की तरह गिर जाओ, फॉल डाउन लाइक ए स्टिक, दैट इज दंडवत. That is called surrender, and we have to understand this surrender. We are studying chapter 3. Yesterday, I took the topic Arjuna is asking, why do we commit sin? हम पाप क्यों करते हैं? इससे पहले एक श्लोक आया है। क्या हुआ? पास करना है? आवाज कम आ रही है? मैं कर लेता हूँ, ये तो मेरे हाथ में है। श्लोक है हमने इस पे थोड़ी सी चर्चा की थी, लेकिन हमारे आचार्यों ने इस पे बहुत चर्चा की है, तो मैंने सोचा कि इसको छोड़ा ना जाए। यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणो अन्यत्र लोको अयम कर्म बंधना तदर्थम कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्त संग समाचरा। हम किस प्रकार के कर्म करें कि हम बंधे ना? पहले तो है जो इन कर्मों ने हमें बांध लिया है उससे हम निकलें कैसे, और दूसरा ये है कि हम किस तरह से कर्म करें कि हम बंधे ना। तो उसके लिए कह रहे हैं यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणो अन्यत्र लोको अयम कर्म बंधना। इफ यू वांट टू डू कर्मा, योर कर्मा which should not bind you, this is only yajna. Yajna means sacrifice. So Krishna is insisting here yajna, and in 6-7 shlokas he is giving more intricacies about different type of people. So I would like that you should also understand those things. यज्ञ के लिए किए गए कर्म के अलावा सब कर्म हमें बंधन में डालते हैं, ये श्लोक कह रहा है। इफ वी डू एनी एक्टिविटीज अदर देन सैक्रिफाइस, we get bound. तदर्थम कर्म कौन्तेय युक्त संग समाचरा। Therefore, hey Arjun, you do only those activities which are related to yajna or directly yajna, because other activities will bind you. कितनी सुंदर बात बतलाई है, ध्यान से समझेंगे इसको। जो साधक ज्ञान इंद्रियों को संयत कर कर्म इंद्रियों के द्वारा फल की आकांक्षा से रहित होकर कर्म योग करते हैं, उन साधकों से श्रेष्ठ हैं जो कौतूहलवश संन्यास ग्रहण कर कर्म इंद्रियों को निग्रह कर ज्ञान इंद्रियों द्वारा विषयों का भोग करते हैं, वो श्रेष्ठ हैं। कौन श्रेष्ठ हैं, समझना इस चीज को। पीपल हु गिव अप, जो साधक ज्ञान इंद्रियों को संयत कर कर्म इंद्रियों के द्वारा फल की आकांक्षा से रहित होकर कर्मयोग करते हैं। साधक, नाउ दे आर साधक, दे कंट्रोल देयर सेंसेस। There are two types of senses. One is known as karmendriya, one is known as jnana indriya. Karmendriya is known as क्या बोलोगे भी कर्म इंद्रियों को? वर्किंग सेंसेस हैं, वर्किंग सेंसेस, एंड ज्ञान इंद्रियम इज नॉलेज एक्वायरिंग सेंसेस. There are two types of senses. कर्म इंद्रियां, working senses, and Gyan Indriya, which acquire knowledge. They are 5 and 5. We should know it. Very simple question. Even if you want to go to Kaun Banega Karodpati, you should know this answer. What are Karamendriya and what are Gyanendriya and what is Man? Total indriyas, senses are 11. 5, 5, 1. Karamendri, Gyanendri. Knowledge acquiring senses कौन सा है, बताओगे? कौन बताएगा? Knowledge acquiring senses. आँख, it acquires knowledge. Nose, it acquires knowledge. Ear, it acquires knowledge. And also tongue, it also acquires knowledge. What knowledge it acquires? Tongue? Taste. It acquires the knowledge of taste. And one is skin. It also acquires knowledge. कितनी हो गई? 5 हो गई ना? और 5 हैं वर्किंग सेंसेस. What are those working senses? हाथ है जिससे हम काम करते हैं, पैर हैं जिससे हम काम करते हैं, hands, feet, and tongue. It acts dual. It acts for knowledge acquiring also, and it acts for speech also. When we speak, then it is working senses. And genitals and stool passing place. These are 10 and these are 5 working senses. So, if someone has controlled working senses, 5, and has taken sannyas, left his house, साधक ज्ञान इंद्रियों को संयत कर जिन्होंने कुतूहलवश, आउट ऑफ सम ईगरनेस, आई हैव सीन मैनी वेस्टर्नर्स पीपल स्पेशली, दे गो एंड टेक संन्यास आउट ऑफ क्यूरियोसिटी. दिस इज वेरी नाइस लाइफ, नो बीबी, नो बच्चा, नो प्रॉब्लम. आउट ऑफ क्यूरियोसिटी एंड ईगरनेस, इफ समवन टेक संन्यास, संन्यास ग्रहण कर कर्म इंद्रियों को निग्रह करते हैं. दे कंट्रोल देयर सेंसेस ऑफ वर्क, एक्शन. लेकिन ज्ञान इंद्रियों द्वारा विषयों का भोग करते हैं. बट बाई नॉलेज एक्वायरिंग सेंसेस, लैपटॉप चला लिया, मूवी देख ली, लुकिंग एट द मूवीज इन लैपटॉप, सीइंग क्रिकेट मैच इन लैपटॉप, और सीइंग what to say, anything, going in the market, seeing everything with curiosity, using your eyes, knowledge acquiring senses, and also hearing music. I have seen many brahmacharis in Math also. They have also got this habit of iPod and putting things in their ear. What are you doing? Just listening bhajan. But in the name of bhajan, they go to FM also. You know FM? FM also. Then they listen to songs also. So, if they have given up all their material activities externally, means बोल रहे हैं कर्म इंद्रियों को कंट्रोल कर लिया, controlling the कर्म इंद्रिया, but knowledge acquiring senses are active to enjoy. For this, they seem apparently very, very much renounced, like monkey. Why monkey? Monkey sits on the top of the branch and apparently looks like very renounced. Does not wear any clothes also, and he is quiet. But anywhere there is food and anyone is eating food, he will go and snatch it. He will not leave any chance of enjoyment. This is called Markat Vairagya, renunciation of monkey. But on the other side, if some person is not giving up his karma indriya, the senses of action, and he is doing action, no problem. You want computer, work on it. You want household life, work on it. No problem. But controlling his knowledge acquiring senses. ज्ञान इंद्रियों को क्या किया? Control कर लिया. And the head of knowledge acquiring senses is mind, controlling that mind also. And then at the same time giving up the fruits to Lord. He is doing karam yoga. He is superior to this person. This person is sannyasi in the eyes of other people, but that person who is doing action is better. लगता है कि कर्म और ज्ञान ही बंधन का कारण है, लेकिन रूप गोस्वामी जी का कहना है कि भक्ति से बंधन कटता है, किंतु एक चीज ऐसी है जो भक्ति को काट देती है. जानते हो वो क्या है? It appears, Gurudev is telling, it appears that karma and jnana, knowledge and action, it binds us. You understand? It binds us. That's true. But something is more which binds us. It is not action and it is not knowledge that binds us. That what does it bind? So let us go to the definition of bhakti by Srila Rupa Goswami. कोई जानता है? What is the definition of bhakti? याद है? हाँ, जोर से बोल. अनावृतम कृष्ण अनुशीलनम उत्तमा. Srila Rupa Goswami Pad has given the definition of bhakti. इसको बड़े ध्यान से सुनना, बड़ी चीज कांटे की समझ आएगी. अन्य अभिलाषिता शून्यम एंड ज्ञान कर्म आद्य अनावृतम अनुकूलेन कृष्ण अनुशीलनम भक्तिर उत्तमा. उत्तम भक्ति जो है, द सुपीरियर भक्ति, बेस्ट भक्ति इज अनुकूलेन कृष्ण अनुशीलनम. So, all the endeavor, all the efforts by our senses, by our mind, by our mood to please Krishna, for the love and pleasing Krishna is anushilanam. Anukulen, favorably please Krishna, not unfavorably. We should please him, but how? Favorably. This is bhakti. But condition is this, it should be anya abhilashita shunyam, that you should not have any other desire except this. What is the desire? क्या desire है हमारी? We want to please Krishna. How? How we want to please Krishna? Very, very small things. By our senses. All senses. How many senses? Knowledge acquiring senses and working senses. By 10 senses and mind also. The 11th one also. And also by our mood. What we want? We want to please Krishna favorably. This is bhakti. But this bhakti will be affected. It will be cut. It will reduce. It will be, ये कम हो जाएगी. क्या करना चाहिए? ये कट जाएगी. This bhakti will get assaulted. It will have attack by if we have other desire. So the thing which reduce our bhakti, that thing should be taken into account. And what is that? Anya abhilashita shunyam. Other desires than to please Krishna will reduce our bhakti. Action does not bind us, but what binds us? Our other desires. Remember this thing. So what is more dangerous? Other desire other than to please Krishna, that will reduce our bhakti. And also, our jnana and karam will cover our bhakti. So, we should be very cautious in this regard. क्या करें? भक्ति से बंधन कटता है, किंतु अन्य अभिलाषा भक्ति को काट देती है, और ज्ञान और कर्म भक्ति को ढक देता है. इसलिए जो चीज भक्ति को ना काटे, जो भक्ति को ना ढके, वही करना चाहिए. वो है यज्ञ. यज्ञ क्या है? जो ना तो भक्ति को काटेगा और ना ही भक्ति को ढकेगा. So we should do such act. It should not reduce bhakti and it should not cover bhakti, and that is sacrifice. That is yajna. यद्यपि स्मृति कहती है कि कर्म से आदमी बंधता है, किंतु परमेश्वर के लिए अर्पित कर्म बंधन का कारण नहीं है, इसलिए यज्ञ करना चाहिए. Though our actions will bind us, the same thing is spoken in another way. But if we offer our action to Krishna, then it does not bind us. So Krishna says in 3rd chapter that Brahma ji, he created this universe. Sah yagya praja shrishta puro uvacha prajapati anen prasavishdhyam esha vo astu east kama dhuka. So this thing I did not touch yesterday, but now I am taking also this portion. Very important. Brahma ji, he created this universe. And also he created yajna. He created this universe with yajna. And he told his praja, subject, that you do sacrifice. You do yajna. Why should you do yajna? अगर तुम यज्ञ करोगे तो तुम्हारी कामनाएं पूरी हो जाएंगी. If you will perform sacrifice, your desires will be fulfilled. Now, so far we were discussing and dealing with the subject, no desire. Now, in this portion, desire has come. This is important point. Those who have desire, they will relish it. Okay, if you want to have desire, do sacrifice, your desires will be fulfilled. How come? He is telling the way. इस यज्ञ द्वारा तुम लोग देवताओं की प्रीति का विधान करो और देवतागण मिलकर तुम लोगों को प्रसन्न करेंगे. इस प्रकार एक दूसरे को प्रसन्न करते हुए कल्याण प्राप्त हो. बाय सैक्रिफाइस यू प्लीज डेमिगॉड्स एंड डेमिगॉड विल प्लीज यू. हाउ विल दे प्लीज यू? बाय गिविंग यू योर चेरिश्ड डिजायर. देवतागण के प्रसन्न होने पर तुम लोग को अभिष्ट भोग प्रदान करेंगे. सो व्हेन लिसन ईच एंड एवरी वर्ड, व्हेन डेमिगॉड्स विल बी प्लीज्ड, दे गिव यू व्हाटएवर यू डिजायर्ड. नाउ व्हाट विल यू डू? देवतास आर गिविंग यू, डेमिगॉड्स आर गिविंग यू. देवता तुमको तुम्हारी इच्छित वस्तु को देंगे. अतः जो व्यक्ति देवताओं को उन्हीं की द्वारा दिए हुए द्रव्यों को उन्हीं को अर्पित किए बिना भोगता है वो चोर है. So when demigods are giving you something, you have to re-offer them to demigods. If you do not re-offer them to demigods and you enjoy yourself, then you are thief. Then you are thief. Why? Because demigods have given this thing to you. Now you cannot take it fully. You again give it to demigods. So then you are thief. So what to do? Practically what to do? Then he is telling. यज्ञ का बचा हुआ ग्रहण करने वाले साधु सभी पापों से मुक्त हो जाते हैं. तो जब वो यज्ञ में बच जाए, whatever is left over from the sacrifice, you cook it and enjoy it. यज्ञ से बचा हुआ जो ग्रहण करता है उससे सभी पाप मुक्त हो जाते हैं, किंतु जो केवल अपने लिए पकाते हैं वे पापाचारी हैं. बट दोज हु कुक ओनली फॉर देयर देमसेल्फ, they are sinful. So your kitchen should not be a kitchen where you should cook for yourself only. Then it should be cooked for sacrifice. Cooking must be for sacrifice. And then whatever is left over from sacrifice, then you eat. Now we are devotees. We are devotees of Krishna. Radha ji, we have taken mantra from Gurudev. We have no problem. We always cook for Krishna. We offer food to Krishna. And then whatever is left over, we eat it. So we do not eat sin. We do not eat anything. We do not use anything. Even if we have house, we sanctify our house by kirtan. We take Thakurji first in our house. We try to make our house like a temple. So these all things are sacrifice. They are more than sacrifice. So those who are devotee, their level is very high. But this is being spoken for the very basic people. Now try to understand the explanation by Vishwanath Chakravartipad, by Bhaktivinoda Thakurji. What are they saying about it? अशुद्ध चित्त व्यक्ति संन्यास ना ले. भाई मेरे, don't take sannyas if your heart is not cleansed. अशुद्ध चित्त व्यक्ति संन्यास ना ले. If your heart is not cleansed, please don't take sannyas. What does it mean by taking sannyas? No action. You give up your house, you give up, go to the Haridwar, like that. Try that, do nishkam karam. You should do action without desire. Try it. Very gradually he is lifting, picking, he is trying to lift you. If you cannot do, what you cannot do? Nishkam karam. The action without desire of fruit. If you cannot do, then okay, do sakam karam. Do karam with desire, no problem. But not illegitimate act. Act should be according to your scriptures. They should not be illegitimate. No smuggling. सकाम कर्म ही करें. उस सकाम कर्म को भी विष्णु को अर्पित कर दो. इफ यू डू सकाम कर्म, ये क्या बोलेंगे, ये सकाम कर्म की इंग्लिश क्या है? It's too long. If we are doing actions with the desire to enjoy the fruit, fruitive activity, fruitive activity. If we are doing fruitive activity also, then offer it to Krishna. If we do nishkam karam, non-fruitive activity, and then we offer to Krishna, then our heart will be cleansed fast. But even if we have desire to enjoy, okay, do it. But like a child, he stood first in his class. Okay? So what should he do? He is given a, क्या देते हैं आजकल? Trophy. He is given a trophy. So when he gets a trophy, everyone is glorifying him, and he should say, oh, this is all because of grace of Krishna. So offer this trophy to Krishna. Why this happened? It happened because of Krishna. So whatever you get, you give it to Krishna. At least by your mood, give it to Krishna. इसके लिए कह रहे हैं सहयज्ञ. Therefore, Brahmaji, he created this subject with yajna, so that we should have fruitive activities also, but still we should not get conditioned and bound, though fruitive activities bind us. यज्ञ के साथ ब्रह्मा जी ने प्रजा की रचना की. प्रजाओं से सकारात्मक को लक्ष्य कर ब्रह्मा जी ने कहा कि यज्ञ करो और इष्ट फल प्रदान करेंगे देवता लोग. काम्य कर्म भी विष्णु को अर्पित करना श्रेष्ठ है अकर्म से. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि भैया निठल्ले मत बैठो, अगर दिल में इच्छाएं हैं तो भी कर्म करो और कर्मों को भी भगवान को दे दो. अगर तुम चाहोगे कि मन में इच्छाएं हैं और चुपचाप जाके संन्यास ले लो और अकर्मी हो जाओ तो वो तुम मिथ्याचारी हो. कीप ऑन डूइंग एक्शन. Don't be without action. Don't take sannyas from action. There are two types of people. I used to tell one story. One person was very, very angry man, and he was also very hard-working man also. So once in anger he killed his wife and child. His name was Kaliya. And then he ran away from his house. He joined some cult of Jain Muni. And there they performed austerity, and he also performed austerity. Because he was angry man, so angry man can perform more austerity than non-angry man. So he performed a lot of austerity. Because of his austerity act, he became a leader of that Jain section. And he became, his name became very Shil Muni, something like this. And once he was sitting, and so big assembly was there to glorify him. And one of the person from his village also came in that assembly. And that village man recognized him. And then he went to him and said, "What is your name?" And this Muni also saw, oh, he is from my village. He has recognized me. So he told his disciple, "Tell my name." Shil Muni. He said, "You don't know? Whole world knows. He is Shil Muni." Then after 5 minutes again he went, "What is your name?" Don't know. He means Guru. His name is Shil Muni. And the third time again he went. And he says, "Maharaj, ab to asli naam bata hi do. Please tell your real name." And this time, this Muni became very angry. And they used to have a broom with them. Before sitting, they broom it. He took the broom and started beating him. "Have not you heard from my disciple? He has told you 3 times, what is my name?" And after being hit by that man, he got up and he said, "Kaliya tu Kaliya ka Kaliya hi raha." "Oh, Mr. Kaliya, you are Kaliya only, you are not Muni." Why? Because he left everything apparently, but he did not live inside. Inside he had the same problems. So, what he is saying, इस यज्ञ के द्वारा देवताओं को प्रसन्न करो और देवता तुम्हारी इच्छा पूरी करेंगे. यहाँ अपनी इच्छा पूर्ति के लिए देवताओं को आहुति देने की बात कही है. एक जगह गीता कहती है देवताओं की भक्ति मत करो. At one point, Gita says, "Do not do the worshipping of demigods." But here, in this chapter, at least in these 6 shlokas, Krishna is saying, do sacrifice. And when you will do sacrifice, then these sacrifices are for Vishnu also and for demigods also. In sacrifice, we invite Vishnu also and also demigods. इसका एक गूढ़ अर्थ समझेंगे. प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द डीप मीनिंग इन इट. यदि देवताओं को प्रसन्न करना है तो उनको भगवान से स्वतंत्र ईश्वर मत मानो. सो व्हेन यू आर गिविंग स्वाहा, इंद्राय स्वाहा, व्हेन यू आर डूइंग दिस सैक्रिफाइसेस along with the swaha of Vishnu, never think that Indra is independent of Vishnu. शर्त लगाई. क्या शर्त लगाई? अगर इनको प्रसन्न करना है तो देवताओं को ईश्वर से स्वतंत्र मत समझो. डू नॉट थिंक दैट दीज डेमीगॉड्स आर इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ ईश्वर. इनको भगवान से स्वतंत्र मत मानो. ये देवता गण और दिक्पाल जो जीव हैं जिन्हें भगवान अपनी विशेष शक्ति संचित करके जगत का पालन करते हैं. कंसीडर देम दैट दीज इंद्रा इज नो वन एल्स बट ए पर्सन एंड एम्पावर्ड बाय कृष्णा टू डू दिस वर्ल्डली एक्टिविटीज, टू कंट्रोल दिस वर्ल्ड. एम्पावर्ड बाय Krishna. So when he is empowered by Krishna, so do not think that he is independent of Krishna or he is different from Krishna. श्रीमद् भागवत में कहा है, इंद्र आदि देवता गण विराट पुरुष के बाहु हैं. In श्रीमद् भागवतम there is a verse says that Purush, Virat Purush, what do you say Virat Purush? The universal form of the Lord. If we consider universal form of the Lord, then these hands are demigods. Hands of universal form of Lord is demigod. And one example is given when Indra, he was being worshipped by all the Brijvasis, and Krishna stopped his worshipping. You know this katha? Can you tell? Aja. Little bit. Come fast. Yes. Suna. Jitna bhi yaad hai, don't worry. Even if you will forget, you will not be penalized.
When all the Brajvasis in Vrindavan were doing the puja for Indradev, Krishna and Balaram came and Krishna was asking, why are you doing the puja for Indradev? And Yashoda Maya said, well, because he's giving all the rain. And then Krishna said, well, it's not only Indra, even Govardhan mountain is giving the rain. So then they started worshipping Govardhan, and then Indra got mad, and then Krishna and Indra got into a fight, and then
Anyway, so Krishna went to his father, why are you doing this worshipping of Indra? Remember the story, okay? I am telling. Remember, tomorrow you will tell again. So Krishna went to mother. Mother was cooking food to offer to Indra. And when he went to mother, mother said, don't come to me, don't come to me. And Krishna thought, mother always cook for me, and today she is asking him not come to me. Then he went to his father. Baba, why she is cooking so much? Oh, we are going to worship Indra. Same question. Why are you worshipping Indra? Indra gives us rain. Oh, where there is no worshipping of Indra, is there no rain? You go to USA, there is so much rain. There is no worshipping of Indra. So he convinced that no need to worship Indra. Then he said, if you want to please God, if you want to worship, why to worship demigod? You should worship God himself. And Govardhan is God himself. So he took everyone to Govardhan. And there he worshipped Govardhan, and Krishna took another form as Govardhan Maharaj, and they worshipped him. And when they worshipped him, they were very, very much pleased. Krishna took everything as Govardhan. He ate and he gave benedictions. What benediction they had? That our Lala Krishna, he should have long life. He should not have any trouble. And Giraj Govardhan gave benediction. Then they did parikrama of Giraj Govardhan. Then Indra sent his clouds to drown whole Gokul because he became angry. You say mad, we say angry. This is the difference in our terminology. He became angry. Madly angry. Okay. He became mad in anger. And he wanted to drown whole Gokul, kill Krishna. And then Krishna picked up Giraj Govardhan on his hand for how many days? You remember? 7 days. He picked up that Govardhan on his hand, this finger, left hand, small finger, 7 days. And then Indra came to know, oh my God, he is not simple person. He is Supreme Lord himself. And then he surrendered to him. And he made many prayers. One of the prayer he said, इंद्र का जब गर्भ चूर्ण हो गया, इंद्र ने प्रार्थना की और खुद कहा, हे प्रभु, मैं अपने ऐश्वर्य के गर्व में ये भूल ही गया कि मैं एक बहुत छोटा सा मामूली सा जीव हूँ. मैं अपने को भगवान मानने लगा. Being haunted by my opulence, I started thinking that I am God myself, and I forgot my lower position. ऐश्वर्य के गर्व में अपने को स्वतंत्र ईश्वर समझने लगा. आपने आज मेरे पे बहुत कृपा की. टुडे यू डिड मर्सीफुली रियलाइज मी माई रियल पोजिशन. टुडे आई कैन से, हे प्रभु, I am servant of servant of servant of servant of servant of your servant. My position is so low. So this proves that Indra is not independent of Krishna. So when we are giving ahuti to Indra and we think that he is God, then our ahuti will not do any effect. And if we are doing ahuti to Indra, thinking this, that he is one integral part of Krishna and he is empowered by Krishna, then our ahuti will get benefited. गरुड़ पुराण में लिखा है कि 5 तरह के यज्ञ होते हैं. There are 5 types of sacrifices. Please learn this thing. This will give a lot of insight. हम तो समझते हैं ना, आग जलाई, उसमें आहुति डाली, वही यज्ञ है, स्वाहा. नो, देयर आर मैनी टाइप ऑफ सैक्रिफाइसेस. अध्यापनम ब्रह्म यज्ञ, पितरम यज्ञस्तु तर्पणम, होमो देवो बलिर्भावतो, निरज्ञो अतिथि पूजनम. नंबर 1, टीचिंग, अध्यापन. दिस इज सैक्रिफाइस. इफ समवन टीचेस scriptures to his disciple, then that is best sacrifice, and it is known as adhyapana yajna. This is yajna, sacrifice. If someone is giving if someone is giving, what you call it, tarpan to the ancestors, oblations to the ancestors. This is also a kind of sacrifice, number 2. Number 3 is known as home. Home karwa lo, havan karwa lo, which we say in Hindi, havan. What is that? This is done for demigod. Swaha, swaha, swaha. That sacrifice is known as havan or home, where we call all the demigods including Vishnu. And then there is also Bhuta Yagya, where we do Bali. Bali means, now we think Bali means that we kill animals and we give in sacrifice. But this is misunderstanding. Scripture says Bali, but Bali has different meaning according to Srimad Bhagavatam. And the 5th is Atiti Satkar Yagya. Atiti Devo Bhav. If we Atiti Satkar, what do you call? Welcoming our guest. If we do really, सत्कार को क्या कहेंगे? वेलकम तो नहीं. Respecting our. Now, if we respect our guest, it is very good. It is a sort of sacrifice. But guest is there, your cousin has come and says, oh, let us go to movie. What is Atiti Satkar then? Oh, what are you doing? I remember in my country, India, there is one lady. She is situated on very high status in Indian government post, very high position, secretarial position. And her brother is in USA. And her brother came to her from USA to India. And she invited him to her house for food. She has become our disciple. She offered him food, and he said, this food you will make me to eat, not non-veg. And he became so furious, not furious, mad. He became mad on her, and he cut his relation with her fully. So she is asking me, Atiti Devo Bhav, should I respect my such Atiti? He is my brother. He came to me. And now he is not talking to me. I sent Rakhi to him and he returned back. Why? You made me eat the food of cows and buffaloes. Vegetable. And he's so angry. Kya kare? No. You know, in Atiti is also category. If you call saintly persons in your house, if they come to you, they are your real Atiti. If Gurudev comes to your house, they are really. Then it is sacrifice. Then it is yagya, real yagya. And what about Bali? Bali means sacrificing the animals. There is a बलि का अर्थ पशुओं की और मनुष्यों की बलि देना नहीं है. भागवत में कहा है, देवताओं के उद्देश्य से अन्न, जल, फल, फूल व पशुओं का दान रूप आलंबन ही बलि है. Donating animals to others, needy persons and Brahman, is bali, not killing them. Donating food to Brahman is bali, not killing these animals on earth. So what is bali? Bali means that we give it, we donate it to someone else. That is bali, not killing. It is said in Bhagavatam, in 11th canto, the quotation is there. तो सभी जीव अन्न से उत्पन्न होते हैं और अन्न की उत्पत्ति वर्षा से होती है और यज्ञ वर्षा से होता है और यज्ञ कर्म से उत्पन्न होता है. So Krishna is again telling us we should not give up our karma, we should not give up our actions. Why? सभी जीव अन्न से उत्पन्न होते हैं. All the living entities are born from An. An means grain. And this grain is produced by rain, and rain is produced by yajna, and yajna is produced by karma. So, karma and living entities are connected to each other. कर्म को वेद से उत्पन्न समझो. यहाँ पे कर्म कौन सा हो गया? यज्ञार्थार्थ कर्मो अन्यत्र. यज्ञ के कर्म. कौन से कर्म? यज्ञ वाले कर्म. यज्ञ वाले कर्म कहाँ से पैदा हो रहे हैं? वेदों से पैदा हो रहे हैं. यही चीज हमको अच्छी तरह से समझनी है. स्मृति कहती है ऋग्वेद, यजुर्वेद और सामवेद इन महापुरुषों के निवास से निकलते हैं और यज्ञ ब्रह्म की भी प्राप्ति होती है. इसलिए यज्ञ के लिए किए गए कर्मों से हमें पाप नहीं लगता है. बस कुल मिला के यहाँ कहने का मतलब ये है कि अगर हम यज्ञ करते हैं और यज्ञ के समय अगर हमारी संसार की इच्छा भी है तो हमें पाप नहीं लगता. फिर इसको समझेंगे. अभी भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर जी कुछ कह रहे हैं, उसको कहने के बाद फिर हम अपना आगे का पोर्शन लेंगे. क्या कहते हैं? भाई देखो भाई, दो तरह के लोग होते हैं. एक जो निष्काम कर्म योग कर सकते हैं. अर्जुन कृष्ण की बात सुनकर ना कंधे मचका रहा है. उसको निष्काम कर्म योग बड़ा मुश्किल लगता है. आप लोगों को सरल लगता हो सकता है. It is very difficult to perform Nishkam Karam Yoga. Arjuna is not liking it much. Why? First, when you do action, you should not have desire, motivation of desire. And when you do, after doing it, then you give up the fruit to Lord. Very difficult. भगवत अर्पित निष्काम कर्म योग के अधिकारी. तो फर्स्ट दोज हु आर qualified enough that they can do nishkam karam and can give it to Krishna. First type of person. And second, kami karam ke adhikari, that those who are also doing sacrifice but they have material desires. So there are two type of person. भगवत अर्पित निष्काम कर्म योग निर्गुण भक्ति प्राप्त करने का प्रशस्त मार्ग है. So if we are doing Karam Yoga, we will get bhakti very fast. Which bhakti? Which is topmost thing, which is nirguna, which is beyond Rajogun, Tamogun and Satogun. So Karam Yoga is the pathway for bhakti. अतः इसमें पाप पुण्य का विचार नहीं है. So when we perform Nishkam Karam Yoga, we are above virtues and sins, above. Neither we will go to heaven, nor we will go to hell. What will we do? We may get bhakti. Nice, highest thing. इस पद का आश्रय करने से चित्त शुद्धि और कषाय का नाश होता है. जिन्हें इस निष्काम कर्म योग का अधिकार प्राप्त नहीं है वो क्या करें? So, when we do Nishkam Karam Yoga, our heart is cleansed and we can situate on the position of bhakti. But those who cannot perform this Nishkam Karam Yoga, वे सदा ही कामना और इंद्रिय तृप्ति के वशीभूत होते हैं. So, those who cannot control their mind and they are motivated by their sense desires and then they do action, such people generally get engaged in doing sinful activities. Then we have to bring them up also. So they should give up their nature of doing sinful activities. For them, this yajna is required. This sacrifice is required for those people, so that their nature of doing sinful activities should be reduced. इस पुण्य की व्याख्या से पंचसूना आदि यज्ञ अपरिहार्य पाप नष्ट हो जाते हैं. So this sacrifice, these yajna, where we are pleasing Vishnu and demigods together, considering demigods as part and parcel of Vishnu, we get our sinful activities not reduced. नष्ट हो जाती है. व्हाट विल से हैं? डिस्ट्रॉय, टोटली डिस्ट्रॉय. देखो, व्हाट इज सिंफुल एक्टिविटीज? आई एम नॉट ईटिंग मीट, आई एम नॉट ईटिंग एग, आई एम नॉट किलिंग एनीवन, स्टिल वी आर डूइंग 5 टाइप ऑफ सिंफुल एक्टिविटीज. पंच सूना कहा गया उसका. सूना मतलब जिसमें लोग मर जाते हैं, वो स्थान यहाँ लोग मरते हैं. तो वो पंच सूना क्या क्या बोला गया? बोला गया देखो भाई, जहाँ पर आटा पीसा जाता है, चक्की चलती है, वहाँ पे कुछ ना कुछ मरेगा ही मरेगा, कीड़े मरेंगे ही मरेंगे. सो वेयर एवर देयर इज ग्राइंडिंग वर्क, some insects will be killed. One place. And the second place is wherever we will put our pitcher, water pitcher, there some insect will come. Nowadays people cannot understand what is water pitcher. But if we go to the basics, that we are storing water in a tank, and water is coming from tank. You may do anything, but some of the insects will be killed in that process also. So where there is cooking, a gas is on, then some insects can be killed there. These are 3. When we are doing brooming, we may be doing vacuum, and some insects are there. You know, they advertise that in the carpet there are so many, what they call? Dust mice. They are living entities, and our vacuum cleaner is sucking them. So we are killing. So these 5 types of killing we are doing unintentionally. Panch suna. And for this we are required to do 5 types of sacrifices. Panch suna yagya. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur ji is saying that if we are doing bhakti, then panch suna is automatically included in it. Otherwise, if we are doing yagya, then by that yagya, we will get rid of these sinful activities, and because of yagya, rain will come, so we will give benefit to whole praja, and that way we will be क्योंकि यज्ञ चक्र से मंगल जगत का होता है, इसलिए हमारा यहाँ मंगल होता है. यहाँ देवताओं को प्रसन्न करने के लिए कर्म चक्र दिखाया गया है. उसे भगवत अर्पित काम्य कर्म मान लिया गया, क्योंकि देवता भगवान की शक्ति से उत्पन्न होते हैं. सो दिस इज द समथिंग पॉइंट विच इज मोर डिटेल्ड एक्सप्लेन्ड, एंड आई मेड यू थॉरो नाउ इन द चैप्टर 3rd. एंड फर्दर let us come to our main point, that we don't want to do sinful activities. Why still we are doing sinful activities? And Krishna is giving answer for it. Kam esh, krodh esh, rajo guno samadbhava. That this kam means abhilasha, desire. The highest desire is of opposite sex. But any desire is kam. Kam means lust. Kam esh, krodh esh, rajo guno samadbhava. This lust, this desire forces us to do sinful activities. How does it happen? When we have desire, and when this desire is not fulfilled, to desire is rajoguna. And when it is not fulfilled, then we become mad. This mad is appropriate here now. Though in Gita it says krodh, kam esh, krodh esh, rajo guno samadbhava. This kam converts into krodh. But really this krodh is madness. Why? Because mahashano mahapapama vidhmi enam varinam. This krodh and lust and anger, it is so much that if we fulfill the desire, any desire if we fulfill, again it will want more. This lust is your biggest enemy. काम रजगुण से उत्पन्न होता है और तमोगुणी क्रोध में परिवर्तित हो जाता है. It comes from the rajoguna, our nature of raj. What mode of What is Rajoguna? It comes from mode of passion and it turns into mode of ignorance. विशेषकर काम ही मूल शत्रु है, क्रोध उसका एक विकार मात्र है. ये महाशन अर्थात महत अशन अर्थात जिसका पेट नहीं भरता. दिस लस्ट इज नेवर फुलफिल्ड. वी विल नेवर गेट फुलफिल्ड. काम ज्ञान को ढक लेता है. ज्ञान को कैसे ढकता है? दिस एंगर, दिस लस्ट, इट कवर्स आवर इंटेलिजेंस. तो 3 तरह से ढक्कन बताए गए हैं. एक कहा गया है मुकुलित चेतना. जस्ट एज smoke covers fire. This is very light covering. So those people who can do Karam Yoga, their intelligence is covered, but very light, just as fire is covered by smoke. And those who are atheists, who do not do bhakti at all, those who are hankering after this material world, they are like dust on mirror. You know, dust on mirror, it is thick covering. You cannot see your face. And those who have done very bad activities and they have become tree, they have become animals, that means this lust has covered them as a child is covered inside the womb of a mother. So this 3 way, this lust covers us. Yeah, only 3-4 minutes more. ये काम ही जीवों के लिए अविद्या है, वही जीवों का नित्य बैरी है. जीव मेरे प्रदत्त शक्ति से कार्य करने में समर्थ हैं. मेरी नित्य दास होना ही जीव का नित्य धर्म है. इसी का नाम प्रेम और निष्काम जैव धर्म है. All the living entities are my loving servant. He is saying loving servant. This is their nature. But those who reject me, who do not love me, those who show their back to me, then this lust catches them. They get entrapped by lust. शुद्ध जीव भी स्वभावतः स्वतंत्र होता है, इसलिए वे स्वेच्छापूर्वक मेरा नित्य दास है. In fact, all the living entities in their pure form, they are my loving servant. And they have independence. And by their own independence and liking, they are my servant. कौन? Pure living entities. शब्द सुनना. They have independence. What is difference between conscious and non-conscious? Non-conscious thing has no independence. जहाँ रख दिया, वहाँ रख दिया. Conscious thing has independence. And according to this independence, he loves me. When a person really utilizes his independence in favor of Krishna, then he is glorifying his independence. He is purifying his independence. But when instead of loving me, he wants to enjoy material world, then he is misusing his independence. Misuse of independence is avidya. जो जीव समूह स्वतंत्र इच्छा से मेरे दास से नहीं स्वीकार करते हैं, वही पवित्र तत्व के अवगत भाव के रूप में काम को ही अंगीकार करते हैं. What is the beauty of consciousness? Generally people ask, why we do sin? Because we have rejected Krishna and we have accepted Maya. Why Krishna allow us to reject him? Because we have independence. Why Krishna gave us independence? You know, the series of question. The first question, why do we sin? Because we misuse our independence. Why Krishna gave us independence? Why he knew it that we will misuse it? Why did he give independence? Bhakti Vinod Thakur is saying this independence is blessing, not a curse. If this independence is not there, then we are not living. We are not conscious. Then we are dead stone. Because of this consciousness, so this is a very pure entity. And we are making it impure by misusing it. तो क्या बोलते हैं, मेरा दास से स्वीकार करते हैं स्वतंत्र इच्छा से, बिकॉज दे हैव फ्री विल एंड फ्री independence, so they select my service, and that way they really uplift themselves, they purify themselves. And those who do not accept it because of their free will, then they misuse their independence and they create impurity in it. इस काम के द्वारा, and that is lust, misusing independence is lust. इस काम के द्वारा वे आवर्त होते हैं, आच्छादित हो जाते हैं, चेतन जड़ हो जाता है. द कॉन्शियस सोल बिकम्स लाइक मैटर, लाइक जड़. इसका ही नाम जीव का कर्म बंधन है, अर्थात संसार यातना है. दिस इज कॉल्ड कंडीशनिंग, एंड दिस इज गेटिंग इनटू दिस मटेरियल वर्ल्ड. Where does this live? काम कहाँ रहता है? इंद्रियों में, मन में, बुद्धि में इस काम का रहने का स्थान है. This lust lives in 3 places: in the senses, in the mind, and intelligence. Srila Gurudev is saying, शत्रु के अगर छिपने के ठिकाने पता चल जाएं तो ठिकानों पे बम मार दो. If you come to know where your enemy is hiding, then blast those places. यही कर रहे थे वो अफगानिस्तान में, यहाँ भेजते, सब जगह टेररिस्टों को मारने के लिए ऊपर से हवाई जहाज से फेंक देते. दिस पॉलिसी इज एडॉप्टेड बाई देम. मन और बुद्धि के मुकाबले, नाउ देयर आर 3 रेजिडेंस: मन, बुद्धि, और तीसरा क्या है? सेंसेस, इंद्रियां. याद रखना, दिस लस्ट इज स्टेइंग इन 3 places in our body: in our mind, in our intelligence, and in our senses. So, this is said in Bhagavad Gita, and our Acharya is explaining, मन और बुद्धि के मुकाबले में इंद्रियों को जीतना आसान है. So now that 3 places are there, and we want to attack. Where will we attack first? We should attack that place where should not be defeated. Attack on your senses first. Don't attack to mind. Don't attack to intelligence. It is little difficult to conquer. So first attack senses. तस्मात् तवम इंद्रियाणि आदो नियम भारतवर्षभा. Therefore, hey Arjun, first control your senses. So the teaching that first should we control mind or should we control senses? If we will not control our mind, if we will not control our senses, it will be not possible to control our mind. If we if we want to control our mind, and we are going to nightclubs daily, can we? Not possible. First control your senses, then control your mind. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, oh, late. हे भारतर्षभा, तुम सर्वप्रथम इंद्रिय आदि को नियमित कर इस महापाप रूप काम के अपगत भाव को नाश करो. किंतु जो व्यक्ति आत्माराम नहीं, आत्माराम वाला अभी हम छोड़ देंगे आज. Krishna is saying, this portion I will take tomorrow, Atmaram and Shrestha, and then we will enter into chapter 4. Today is sufficient, no problem. हे भारतर्षभ, तुम सर्वप्रथम इंद्रिय आदि को नियमित कर इस महापाप रूप काम के अपगत भाव को नाश कर उसके स्वभाव को वापस लाकर उससे प्रेमात्मक स्वरूप का आलंबन करो. हे अर्जुन, फर्स्ट कंट्रोल योर सेंसेस, एंड देन आफ्टर कंट्रोलिंग योर सेंसेस, देन you control your lust, and the lust is because of your wrong selection of free will. Then turn it to the right place, and after turning it to right place means selecting Krishna, then you will generate love in your heart and take shelter of that love. So this is the conclusion of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and the Next we will take chapter 4. A few things we will take here, that Krishna is saying that those people who are really great, they should do such activities that others should follow them. God Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Fourth chapter is very important. Tomorrow we'll take fourth, fifth. We'll enter into fifth. I may finish it up to ninth. 9th मुश्किल हो जाएगा, 8 तक तो हो ही जाएगा.